Hello, how are you today? It is still morning. How is that even possible? That didn't happen earlier in this Vlogmas, I think. It's still morning. I had to be at my osteopath at 9:30. So this morning when Rob left for work, I took a shower, I got dressed and I cycled through the rain because it's a very rainy, drooly day today. I cycled through the rain to my osteopath and I was covered in plastic, so it was okay. And the osteopath treatment always kicks in. So today I'm going to rest and knit and stay on the couch and don't do much because I do have some things to do the rest of the week. So I need to take my rest today. It's just some people come back from an osteopath treatment and they just go on with their day and are not giving it a second thought. Unfortunately, that doesn't work for me. So, but that's okay. I only go once every 3 months and I have had some issues over the past months with my knee and my ankle. So he did a lot of work, but an osteopath, just as a Bowen therapist, has a holistic view of the body. So although the pain occurs in my ankle and my knee, he also treats my pelvis, my belly, my collarbone was really painful on this side, my neck, axis, atlas, the whole chain of muscles and fascia, really. So I'm going to take it really easy today. Finish my coffee before it gets too cold. I have been showing some knitting in the Dutch vlog. And first of all, there's this leg warmer. It is for Kirsi. She is a ballet dancer. So she has always leg warmers before and after training to keep the muscles warm, and maybe during training, what do I know. And this is on a 9-inch circular needle because this was my airplane knitting when we went to Barcelona. And I only knit it on the way there. And in Barcelona, we measured it. There's a stitch marker right here because we need 3 times this length. I am at the point where I should make a decision whether I want to make room for the calves. Kirsi is very slim, very long, very tall. She does have calves, of course, but not the fluffy kind like I have. But and this is quite stretchy, so I could decide not to make room for the calves by adding extra stitches, but then around the part where the calf in the leg is, the stitches will be more stretched. So I have been thinking about this and I came to the conclusion that on the back of the leg I am going to split this pattern is knit 3, purl 1, and then the next round you knit all. I'm going to split one of these knit 3 columns, make the purl 1 in the middle, and add a stitch left and right, and do that one more time so that we have again knit 3, purl 1. And so you kind of knit I use the word fork, but like a V. So there will be a new column of purl stitches, and I will add stitches that I have 2 columns of knit stitches again. And that adds 4 stitches. That might not be enough, so I might need to do that again. But if I do that again, that will add another 8 stitches. So I'm going to try and knit that today or in the next coming days, so that I can show it to Kirsi when she gets home on Saturday, and we can make a decision whether it's a good idea or whether it needs some more thinking. So I will add a little recording of me knitting on 9-inch circulars. I'm not particularly good at it, but that's just because I don't do it often enough. And I know that if I just knit a pair of socks or 2 pair of socks on 9-inch circulars, I will be way better. So I will add some footage. When knitting on 9-inch circular, you can't hold your knitting needles because there's simply no room for it. So you more or less hold your knitting, and it just asks for a little different technique. But as you can see, I could learn it, so that means that you can learn it too. But you need to practice this skill. I know that if I'm using this more often, I will be faster and it will be easier. It's just that I like to use my mini cables and 10 centimeter needles and magic loop my socks as well. So, but this is also nice to learn and to make sure that the technique is going into your muscle memory. That's it. Then I have been, I still have this stitch marker. I still have this leg warmer, and this one has even more stretch because of the lace and the lace on the back as well. But if I want to add stitches here, I can just do it here and here in the stockinette part of the leg warmer. So, and these are for me. So I think I should add stitches because I do have fluffy calves. I have not been knitting on my Secret Forest Mystery Knit Along scarf, but the last time you saw it, I was here. So I'm still knitting, knitting, knitting. I grabbed this bag to show the knitting. And when I took it out and showed it, I realized that this is not my Advent knit. The Adventures Wrap by Amber O'Brien. And I should have known because that's not in an Emma Bold bag. So, but I'm going to move the stitch marker up. Let's just pretend that I have plenty of time to knit on this in the next days as well. I still want to take out all my knitting and refresh stitch markers make a decision on frogging or keeping. And I do want to return to my rotation knits. At the beginning of this year, I had, most of the time, I had 3 different knits in rotation, one for television, one for on the road, a small project, and one a little more difficult. And I do want to pick that back up again because I really liked it, and I do want to make sure that I have plenty of leisure knitting in between all my wall hobby work and all my bowen work. And yesterday I had a meeting, and next month I will be installed as president of my Inner Wheel Club. So that is going to take up some time. So I need to be careful and think about my leisure knitting. I just need to do that because that keeps me sane and relaxed, and that's just what I need. So, but I do want to take out my knits. Well, I hope to take out my knits later this week to check what I have and if I want to frog anything and refresh the stitch markers. I was just telling in the Dutch vlog that I still have my Love Note sweater on the needles, which I started in February with the idea of knitting a 1/10 of the sweater each month so that it would be ready in December, and that didn't happen. And same goes for my brioche. That has been a Christmas Eve cast on from several years ago, and the body is done. It is sticked already. The sleeves are on a needle, are on one long circular needle to knit 2 at a time. And I think I don't like knitting the sleeves 2 at a time. So I need to check that project as well and make a decision if I'm going to continue 2 at a time sleeves, or that I'm going to put them on separate needles, or a separate needle and a barber cord or something, because that would make me much faster in sleeve knitting, especially if I have the right size, shorter cable and needle tips, so that I can just knit around and around without magic looping. So today is rest day. I'm going to go with a neighbor to my sweet old neighbor to visit her, because she was in an accident last week and she is in a physical therapy center. There's probably a better word, I'm sorry, but she will stay there and get physical therapy, and they will take really good care of her until she is well enough to come back home again. She is 94 years old, so healing does take longer than when you are younger. But I hope all will go well. She's my oldest friend, and I would love to have her back here in the house. But that might take several weeks to months. I don't know. But I'm going to visit her this afternoon. I'm going to bring some clothing, and well, we are going to spend some time with her, and that will be fun. That will be fun. I don't have to drive because my other neighbor will be driving. It's about, well, maybe 20 minutes. So I'm glad she's pretty close, and I can't wait to see her this afternoon. So, but now I'm going to sit and knit and edit and rest, and after lunch we will go there. It is unbelievable, but this is the 5 before last day. How do you say that? Well, we still have 5 days to go. So enjoy today's pattern, and I wish you happy knitting. Bye bye.